What if your life is not getting harder? Your mind is just getting weaker. That is the question most people never ask themselves. They blame pressure, pain, failure, toxic people, bad luck, and the cruelty of life. But the truth is darker than that. Life has always been hard. The real difference is that some people train their minds for battle, while others let comfort make them fragile. And the moment a fragile mind meets a hard life, everything starts breaking. Dreams break. Discipline breaks. Discipline breaks. Discipline breaks. Identity breaks. In this video, you are not just going to hear motivation. You are going to face a truth most people spend their whole lives avoiding. If you do not train your mind, life will train it through pain. The human mind is powerful, but it is also dangerous when left undisciplined. If you do not control it, it starts controlling you. It feeds fear. It repeats weakness. It magnifies problems. It turns one bad moment into a whole broken identity. That is why so many people collapse under pressure. Not because pressure is new, but because they never built the inner strength to carry it. A weak mind looks for escape. A trained mind looks for answers. A weak mind asks, "Why is this happening to me?" A strong mind asks, "What is this trying to teach me?" That one shift changes everything. Because the quality of your life is often decided by the quality of your inner response. Most people want a better life, but they do not want the mental discipline that creates it. They want confidence without struggle, peace without self-control, success without consistency, strength without pain. But real life does not reward wishes. It rewards mental endurance. The people who become powerful are usually not the luckiest. They are the ones who kept going when their feelings told them to stop. They kept moving when motivation disappeared. They stayed focused when distraction became easier. They built themselves in private while others were busy explaining why they could not grow. This is why discipline is so dangerous in the best way. It creates a version of you that emotions can no longer easily destroy. One of the biggest lies people believe is that they need to feel ready before they act. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect moment, the perfect sign. But life does not pause while you are waiting to feel stronger. It keeps moving. And every day you do not train your mind, your excuses grow stronger than your goals. A trained mind acts before it feels perfect. It gets up while still tired. It stays calm while still under pressure. It keeps its word even when nobody is watching. That is the difference between people who admire strength and people who actually build it. Strength is not something you talk about. It is something you practice. Pain is often the place where the mind gets revealed. The moment life stops being soft, the truth comes out. Some people panic. Some people run. Some people distract themselves until their potential dies quietly. But others become sharper. They become more aware, more disciplined, more dangerous in the best way. Pain introduces you to the parts of yourself that comfort keeps hidden. It shows you whether your mindset is real or just performative. And that is why painful seasons, as brutal as they are, often become the birthplace of powerful people. Because when life gives you pressure, you either break under it or build from it. Another truth most people avoid is this. Your mind is always being trained by something. If you are not training it with discipline, then it is being trained by fear. If you are not training it with focus, then it is being trained by distraction. If you are not training it with truth, then it is being trained by excuses. There is no neutral state. Every day, your thoughts are becoming stronger in one direction or another. That is why protecting your mind matters so much. What you watch, what you repeat, what you tolerate, what you chase, what you avoid, all of it is shaping your inner world. And eventually, your inner world becomes your outer life. A powerful mind is not built in comfort. It is built in resistance, in silence, in lonely mornings, in the decision to keep your promises when nobody else cares. In the moment you choose growth over ego, discipline over mood, and action over excuses. This is where real transformation happens. Not when life finally gets easy, but when you become harder to break. When your focus becomes stronger than your feelings. When your standards become stronger than your cravings. When your future becomes more important than your temporary comfort. That is when you stop living randomly and start living with command. The strongest people you will ever meet are rarely the loudest. They do not always announce their progress. They do not always need attention. They move with a quiet kind of certainty because they have already fought battles inside themselves that most people would never understand. They know what it means to keep going while hurting. They know what it means to stay disciplined while emotionally tired. They know what it means to rebuild without applause. That is why they carry a different energy, not because life was kinder to them, but because they became mentally stronger than what was trying to destroy them. So, if your life feels heavy right now, do not just ask for easier days. Build a stronger mind. Train yourself to stay calm under pressure. Train yourself to move without constant motivation. Train yourself to stop feeding fear, excuses, and weakness. Because the truth is simple, life will test everyone. The only question is whether your mind is prepared when that test arrives. If this message hit you deeply, subscribe to Next Level Mind for more powerful, dramatic motivation and mindset videos. Train your mind now, because if you do not, life will do it for you in a much more painful way.